It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor.
He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Colts and the Titans, next on Madden Football.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So a new face at quarterback for the Titans in 2023. It's the 24-year-old rookie out of Kentucky, Charles, Will Levis.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. But bottom line, how do they get a win?
The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 3 catches, 73 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He takes this for 3 to the 29. You look at this Colt defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. Henry diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Caleb Shudak on to try the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And they'll be led out by an exciting athlete. 4th overall pick of the draft out of Florida, Anthony Richardson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 carries, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Colts looking for a 5th win of the season in this one. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Richardson off the play fake. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They go play action with Richardson. Flush to his right. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Richardson to throw off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Azeez Al-Shaair. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Richardson looking to throw this. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Richardson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 40.
On second down, here's Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Levis now off of play action. That is caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now Levis. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And it's a Titans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Shudak, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. The toss here completed to Pittman. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
Now Richardson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Richardson working from the gun. That complete to Downs. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Tanner. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Here's Richardson to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now it's Richardson. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive where you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with the touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
It was a very solid first half from the young rookie from Kentucky, Will Levis. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going? The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
A beautiful fake. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They begin with Henry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Here's 3rd and 6.
The gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw, it's Levis. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Richardson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Richardson looking to throw. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They're going right back to Pittman.
Richardson's pass. Complete to Michael Pittman. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Back now in Nashville. Play action. Now Richardson. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Here Richardson yet again. Dancing to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Shifts past him. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Here's Levis. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So Richardson and the Colts now down 14-10, 1:46 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Tanner to begin the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Richardson. He's got Landry. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown. But this game's over.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Richardson to throw it. What a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
And he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, but they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Here's Levis. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Colts, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they lose their 9th game on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.